And we go through, listen, we're training every day and I'm taking him down. I mean, you don't understand the closeness. I got to take him down to Bronx when the time came for him to finally be ready to fight. And when I finally thought he was ready to fight, I have to pick the opponent. I take him to the Bronx. I got to make sure that he's okay and make sure I get the right guy. How am I going to find a heavyweight? Because by this time he was probably up to 200 pounds, maybe 195, 200 pounds. How am I going to find? He was 13 years old, I think. How am I going to find?
You're going to have to find a 20-year-old man to fight him at a smoker.
Yeah, so I would take him to the smoker, and I did. I had to put him in with a 17-year-old. There was no way that I was going to find anybody, so when I told him that everybody would lie about trying to get an edge in these places, and Nelson Cuevas ran this, and Nelson said, okay, Teddy Woods, put down his age. So I put down 12 or 13, whatever he was. And he says, Teddy, come on. Now you go too far.
Yeah.
Now you go too far. I said, well, okay, you want me to make you happy? I'll put down that he's 18 just to make you happy. He goes, yeah, okay, Teddy, now you tell him. I said, no, I'm not. I said, He
said, now you're telling the truth.
Yeah, now you're telling the truth. I said, no, this is what he is. No, I get it. I see him too. But this is what he is, okay?
Yeah.
I got a birth certificate. This is what he is. Come on, you've gone too far, Teddy. Come on. You learn to lie better than us. That's a nice compliment. I love you too, Nelson. Thank you. What a wow.
And just for context, for people who don't know, these are smokers in the Bronx being run by the Spanish guy you just mentioned.
No,
but it's
the proprietor of the gym,
right?
The gym.
But it's not an exactly a friendly, welcoming environment. This is like an aggressive experience. Everyone's drinking, smoking, and you got young kids,
plastic cups,
young kids in there fighting. A very intimidating place.
When I put them in this exhibition, that they were it was called an exhibition, bigger gloves, bigger.
Yeah.
But they go out there. I knew with the other guy, we agreed, okay, that's, we're going to box and we're not trying to kill each other. But I knew I have to look out for Mike.
Yeah.
I knew that this other guy was older.
Mm-hmm.
I knew that this other guy would not keep his word. So I just said to Mike, be alert.
Yeah.
See what he does.
Yeah.
But, But still, he's not capable. He's not in charge of himself enough, sure of himself enough to be able to go easy and feel that he can do that and not be in jeopardy.
Right.
You have to be experienced to do that.
Of course.
So
I guess that's what I'm getting at.
Yeah,
is
he's in there listening to me and he's working, but the other guy's looking to knock him out.
Of course.
So it's, within a minute, Mike made a miss, pop, 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 and it's over.
Yeah.
And he knocks this 17-year-old kid out.
And was that the first smoker you'd ever been to?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he knocks him out. Pretty good fighter the guy was.
Yeah.
But Tyson slipping, bang, 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 bang. I mean, it was like, holy shit.
In your mind, were you thinking like, holy shit, this kid is
doing it. I just was like, he's actually doing what we trained to do. But with speed and power and precision.
Because you had to have some doubts because you knew he had the physical gifts. But when the lights are on and now you're in the ring in a real fight, that's different than the gym.
But he was front running. He was still, but it didn't matter. He was still doing it.
That's what I mean.
I found out some of the holes. It's kind of like, you don't know if you go to buy a house, you want to make sure the plumbing's good. Right?
Yeah.
So you put the heat on 70 and it seems good. But now you put it on 90 and all of a sudden pinholes start popping because the pressure can't handle the pipes. Show you the holes that the pipes have. They don't show you those holes at 70.
Yeah.
They show you those holes at 90. So I didn't know what holes he had yet. I had an idea.
Yeah.
But what holes he might have yet, because we weren't at 70, we weren't at 90, we were only at 70.
Yeah.
But he still was doing it.
Yeah.
But I would find out the holes later. When the tests would come. You find out the holes in people when the tests come, not just the fighters. When the tests come, when the pressure comes.
Yeah, we'll get to that. I just want to know first at 70 though, you're like, oh my God, new heating system.
Here's the legend of him. He's making a miss, bang, 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 hitting him with combinations, 3-punch, and then all of a sudden he pins him on the ropes. He hurts the guy. The guy goes up against the rope, and he comes in, bang, bang, and he hits him a left hook. And the guy's head goes like this. His body goes like this. He falls outside the ring. I mean, you talk about Hollywood. And his mouthpiece goes flying about Really, about probably 10 yards, maybe 20 feet, whatever it was, but 10 yards back, and it winds up in somebody's lap, like in the, that's sitting there, like, you know, they're eating, they used to serve the Spanish foods, like the potato stuff with the meats and the fried bananas.
Yeah. Plantains.
The plantains. So on top of one of their plantains, a mouthpiece. You know, you ever have a plantain with a mouthpiece in it? Have you?
No.
Don't try it. Don't try it. And the one thing I left out was just before the mouthpiece, because it was the two punches, it was like bang, bang, or maybe bang, bang. His head goes this, so bang, bang. And so his head goes this way, boom, goes that way. With the first one, the sweat, they had dumped water on his head.
Yeah.
So the water goes flying, and it goes flying, and it hits the back wall. And it's like you hear a bang, and then right behind it with the next punch comes the mouthpiece into the plantains. You talk about Hollywood. The legend of Mike Tyson was started, but there was a problem right away, because now his trainer jumped up in the ring to go after Mike.
Mm-hmm.
I went immediately after him.
Yeah, and
so you asked what kind of relationship he was. I was his father, his big brother, whatever you want to call it, even though Cuss was the patriarch of everything. But I'm the guy there with him every day.
Right.
I'm the guy who has to look out for him. Cuss is in Catskill.
Yeah.
And I'm the guy who, in the South Bronx now, with guys that it wasn't uncommon to carry guns and knives and other stuff in the company that we were keeping here.
And to people who are listening to this, they might not know, this is not bullshit. The Bronx is not like a place to clown around. This is back in the...
This is 30, you know...
That's what I mean.
35, 36...
These were like dangerous places at the time.
Listen, it was the only haven for something good, the only fortress against some of the really ugly stuff out there, because these kids did have a chance to find themselves, to form, to get out, to forge themselves against, as I said earlier, the things that they had to fight, mm-hmm. and to be able to fortify themselves.
Yeah.
But I jump in the ring, I go right after the trainer, mm-hmm. and we got each other by the throat, and because he's trying to get after Michael. I said, you may take another step. I'm freaking, you know, we got each other like this.
Yeah.
And you move any closer to him, you know, I'm going to freaking, you know.
Because at the time, Mike's only 13 years old, right?
I'm going to break you. I'm protecting him. I'm going to break you. So Mike's behind me, you know. The other poor guy, I don't know if he woke up yet.
Yeah.
You know, and Mike's behind me, and, you know, I remember before it started, when the guy first started coming in. So, I jump up in the ring, and the guy's coming in the ring, and I go right after him because he's going right towards. He's not even looking at me. He's going right after Mike. So I go right after him and I intercede. We got each other. And then I tell him, I freaking break your jaw, and, you know, whatever. And we're in a standoff. And, you know, I push him off. And he backs up, and Mike goes right behind me, and Michael says, what's going to happen? I remember this. He was still a kid. He goes, what's going to happen, Ted? I said, nothing. Just like that. I said, nothing's going to happen. Nothing's going to happen to you. Nothing's going to happen. He goes, you know, and it's what he wanted to hear or hoped to hear. I said, nothing's going to happen. And then he saw that nothing would be allowed to happen to him. Basically, say if something happens to, it's gonna happen to me, and we ain't gonna let nothing happen to you.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And whether or not I could really live up to that, but I was sure as hell gonna try. And so I got rid of that guy. A few other guys got near the ring post, you know, and I started.
These guys know that this is a little kid, right?
No, they don't, because he don't look like a little kid.
I gotcha. Okay.
But he looks anything but it.
Okay.
Sonny Liston's nephew. Did you forget?
That's true. That's true.
So, and they don't care. They only care about what they care about, these people.
I got you. Yeah. No,
So
I'm with you.
now a few other guys get up to me. So I go over there. I got to be aggressive. And I say, the figure one.
Yeah.
So it's really kind of.
And it's just you and your kids. There's no one else there with you, right?
No. But Nelson, we all have our allies in different ways, but the allies come out of respect.
Yeah.
Out of what they see, how you behave.
Yeah.
What you do. Nelson used to carry a gun in his belt.
Mm-hmm.
And he would show it. So, anyway, Nelson, Nelson was smart. Talking about street smarts, this is where he lived. He immediately picked up the microphone and he knew. But how often do I say in this microphone, you got to know your terrain. You got to know your environment.
Mm-hmm.
Where are you?
Yeah.
He knew where he was. He knew that there was betting. Even though it was supposed to be an exhibition, he knew it. And he immediately said, everything off, this is a draw. Well, it's a draw. The guy's still sleeping. but he was brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a draw. In other words, nobody loses money. And I didn't even realize. Until I heard it come out of the microphone. I said, that's the trainer was different. That was personal.
Yeah.
The rest of it was about they lost money.
Yeah.
And the legend of Tyson was started.